have like a pitch in your head from the snare. Bring in like kicks and hi-hats, but not have that top on waver. I need more coffee. I don't have enough coffee for today. It's gonna be a long day. Good morning. How are you? Oh, let's go. Okay, let's try again. Whew. It's hard. Al's drum hang. What's up? Hi. Oh, man. Terrence, that's how you'd like to wake the house up? I'm for that, right? I've been trying to do a little bit of that every day. Like, just play something on the snare. Like, try to find a pitch, right? Like, so in my head, like you said, Al's unexpected zen. Hey, Gorman, good morning. Like, find a note on the snare, and don't think of it like snare, 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 you know. But think of it like a pitch, right? Right? So in this case, try to hum it or sing it, right? Or waver within it. I know it sounds weird. Try to maintain that. Relax. Like, just like if you watch back, you'll probably notice a couple times where I was just like, all right, relax. Like, there's tension builds up, right? As you start to do stuff with your feet, and your attention shifts from that to, you know, now I'm going to try to do like quarter notes with my kick, or quarter note 4 with the kick and then 3 with the hi-hat, or vice versa, or play quarter note triplets or whatever. Once you start doing that, your attention shifts from your hands, and what happens, what creeps back in is that tension. And so it's like, it's a cool exercise to just like say like, all right, you're not worried about like playing something new or something crazy, but it's just like, just to relax and kind of really pay attention to what each thing is doing, and then do like dynamics with the kick, like do slow to loud, loud to soft to loud, loud to soft. Same with the hi-hat, you know, like bring it up and down, and try it back and forth. Man, it's hard. It's really hard. It's like your body becomes like a mixing board, you know. Oh no, good, right on. Let's go. Oh, right on. I love placing words over the notes in my head. Basketball. Yeah, it's cool. It's fun. Like, I don't know. It gives it more life, you know. Almost as many snare hits as ghost notes in a price. Almost. Oh, that's good. Everyone have good sleeps. I'm gonna have a sip, and then we'll get to work. There's a lot I want to do today. I went to Guitar Center and grabbed a crappy $400 E-kit just for travel, so I could. Terrence, nice. I refused to take my. Yeah. So, what did you end up getting for $400? Was it like a? Was it a used one, or do they start? Are there some that start at $400? That's not bad. $400 for an E-kit. I was gonna say that's pretty good. Elisa's brand new. Yeah. Wow. New. Huh. It's probably not like super sensitive, but for traveling, it's probably like you're like, whatever. I just want to hit stuff. President's Day. Oh, right on. Yeah. Oh man, I'm trying to behave myself. Like, I have to go to the dentist this week, and get some, like, I have to get a crown. So I'm like, I don't want to spend a ton of money, but some stuff I'm looking at was on sale for President's Day, and I was like, don't buy it. So I gotta be good, and I got taxes coming up. Oh, I freaking hate this time of year so much. Does everyone get their taxes done? I haven't even started. I know I have to. I think my appointment is like March 10th, maybe 9th or 10th, something like that. It's a Friday. I have to drop all the paperwork off, and then I go back. I think usually it takes them like a week or two to get it done, and then I go back and just sit there and receive the damage report, you know. I had my brother behind me saying, I'll buy the throne. Oh, nice. That's a good brother. I like him. Nice. He's like, dude, I'll get you the throne if you get the kit. Oh, I totally could hear that conversation. You're like, I don't know, man. He's like, do it. Okay, I'll tell you what. He's like, right? He's the person you don't want to take to Vegas. Be like, hey, come on, I'll spot you 50. Come on. Put it all in. You're like, I don't know, man. They're sextuplets. Yeah. No good. It's good to see you. Oh, the coffee's got cold. I made it a while ago, but I've been doing stuff. He did you no. I think he's taking care of you, right? Mitch, morning. Hello. Yeah, we got up early today. Under not my decision, so I made coffee a couple hours ago, so it's getting chilly. So we'll have to drink it quick. But what I want to do today is kind of along the veins of what we just did. Kind of like we were doing 16th note triplets yesterday, right? It's cold down here. I got like a bunch of shirts on. But just play. I didn't put a metronome on. I might do that later. We'll see. But just start with 8th note triplets. So if anyone wants to practice with me. Oh, I'm fighting a yawn. I've eaten a ton of turkey in the past, I don't even know, 12 hours, I think. What they say, turkey makes you sleepy. My mom made like an 18-pound turkey. So I'm like, I've eaten a ton. It's good though. Woke up early. I just finished breakfast. So I can try. Nice. Oh, you have coffee after breakfast? That's the first thing I do when I wake up. Like, I will shove kids out of the way. Bitch. I'm like, get out of my face. I'm making coffee. Don't talk to me. You know? I'm just like, nope. I can't unless, like, whatever. Like, I will deal with whatever. I grind the beans and I put it in and I hit start. And I'm like, you have 5 minutes until this is ready. I'm not leaving the coffee maker until it's done, but you have my attention, you know. Oh, it was cold by the time you drink it. Yeah. People, hello. Okay. Sir Copith. Oh, I love your name. Every time I say it, I want to say something different. Circopithecus. It's such a cool name. Sorry. Distracted. I'm worthless with at least 2 cups, usually 4 to 5 in the morning. Yeah. Do you guys know how much coffee I drink in a day? If you were to guess. Plinko, hi. 4 cups. Like Mountain Dew coffee with food makes you shake. Yeah, I drink on average probably 20. Like if you go by the coffee maker things, probably 20 to 24 cups of coffee a day. I drink coffee a lot. Oh, that's you're like yes, someone knows it. Way off, yeah. I drink a lot of coffee, but I drink it like all throughout the day. You know, I don't know. I'm never really without like a cup of coffee. It's what gets me through, right? It's better than scotch or cocaine. You know, it's my argument. I'm like, look, you're either getting me drinking coffee all day or scotch. It's one or the other. Grind it back a week. We might be around there. We go through a lot of coffee. I go through, probably 3 to 4 bags a month, depending. Must be wired. No, see, I think I started drinking coffee when I was teaching. So, like, they had it at the college, just free coffee in the teacher's lounge. So I was just like, oh, well, I guess I'll have coffee. And every student, I'd go in and refill coffee, and I'd just sit there with my mug and teach, and it just became, like, my comfort thing. It doesn't, I'm not shaky, you know? Like, I drink a lot of it, but I don't know. I think it calms me down because I could just go to sleep whenever. Like, it doesn't keep me up, or like my wife can't have it at after like a certain time. She's like, I won't sleep. I'll be wide awake. I'm like, what? I just like I feel like it's just like keeps me chill. Um, Drink espresso at night. Yeah, same. Maybe yeah. Right? We're cool. We're the cool kids. I guess it's like people that have like beer every day or like wine. It doesn't really like bother them. You know? I feel like if you don't drink coffee a lot and then you do, yeah, you'll probably be like, whoa, what's going on? Overhead if you don't get coffee. You know what's funny, Mitch, is if I wake up, let's say, and I'm traveling, or sometimes like I just don't get coffee when I need it, and then I don't get it for a while, I don't get headaches. I'm sure if I didn't have it for like a couple days, I'd probably be like tweaking. But I can go like, I've gone a day without coffee and it was okay. Now I kind of want to try it, but I don't want to get a headache. I wish coffee would keep you up. Right? I just like having it around, like drinking something warm. It's just cozy. I like the taste of it. It's good. But I don't drink it to like get jazzed up, you know, like some people do. I like to have a warm cup of something. And tea makes me feel like nauseous. If I drink a lot of tea, I just feel like, oh, I feel weird. So it's like taking vitamins, you know. I used to get headaches all the time. Yeah, drinking it every day. Got those withdrawals. You're like, come on, man. You gotta just have like a cup, half a cup. Come on, man. Oh, also wish coffee would make me... See, my mom gets really bad headaches. She gets bad migraines sometimes. And sometimes if she feels one coming on, she'll have like a cup of coffee and that'll help. Or if she's out and about like in town and she notices a headache start, she'll like quick pull in, get a cup of coffee somewhere. She says it helps a little bit. So she also says chocolate does that. Like dark chocolate does the same thing. She's like, I'll just have a dark chocolate bar and a coffee. I'm like, Mom, you just want coffee and chocolate. She's like, don't judge me. But yeah, like something there's caffeine I think in dark chocolate too. So yeah, who knows? Isn't that what's in sorry, we should be working, but isn't like aspirin Excedrin. Yeah, caffeine's in Excedrin. Yeah. My dad always shows up to family functions, and like his pocket, right, like your shirt pocket, he's always tapping it like, I got the goods. And you know, like aunts and uncles, everyone's talking at the same time, family functions, or you go to like a party or wedding, and then you'll just see my dad over there like he's popping Excedrin at family functions because he's like, oh my god, I hate this so much. It's really funny. Having both right now, nice. The point in the Army, I was drinking 3 to 4 pots of coffee a day. Now I finished my way. Take a nap. No good. Right on. Yeah. See, I feel like it probably helped you like just relax, right? Back in the day. Did I ever tell you how my dad makes coffee? He was in the Air Force. And a lot of like his buddies will come over sometimes and they'll get together. Or I can remember being like, my mom usually makes the coffee in our house, right? My dad doesn't drink coffee. He did it a little bit in the military, but I had friends over at the same time, like my dad had his buddies over, and one of my friends was like, yeah, I'll have some coffee. And so my dad's like, okay, yeah, I'll mix it. You want some coffee? And so my dad goes up and he he boils water, right? I'm like, oh, okay, cool. He's gonna like do a pour over thing or whatever. He's just, he takes the coffee grinds, and just dumps it in the water, right? The boiling water. I'm watching it. I'm like, my dad knows how to make coffee, but just pours it in the water, the hot water, and then just pours it into, like, I think he poured in like 5 mugs for people that wanted it. I got one, and he hands it to my friend. He's like, do you filter it? And they all started laughing. They're like, what? Filter your coffee. And I was like, just drink it, dude. It was like 2 Marines and like one army guy and a couple Air Force guys, and they were like, just drink it. But that's how they made it, right? Like in Iraq and stuff, they were like, we didn't have filters, you just drink it. So it was pretty funny. Picking grinds out of your teeth for days, yeah. And my friend was just like, yeah. It's like, dude, just no, let it go. So yeah, so don't ask my dad to make you coffee unless you like sawdusty coffee. So Cora tell you, yeah. See, I drink black coffee. I don't put anything in my coffee. I haven't for when I first started drinking coffee, I put in like that like, I don't know, the stuff that makes it taste like other stuff, like caramel frappuccino. I'm like, oh yeah, cool, right on. Not sweetener, coffee mate or whatever. I used to put that in there when I first started drinking because they had it at the school. And then I just got lazy because I was like, I just want the coffee. Creamer, yeah. And now if it's good coffee, I'll just drink it black, Even if it's bad coffee, I can hang with it. At one point during my first tour in Korea, I was putting hot sauce in coffee. Whoa! Yeah, that would rip me up, dude. Hazelnut, yeah. I love Turkish, Serbian, Greek coffee. It's super strong. Yeah, I bet. Well, like, what do you call it? I've had some really good coffee. The best coffee I've ever had was in Costa Rica when I was there. It was insane. And because I was just buying, like, Trader Joe's had good coffee when we used to go to Trader Joe's, or when we lived by one. That's where we got our coffee. And you could, like, grind it at the store, and it was pretty good. Their coffee wasn't bad. And I had it at Costa Rica, and I was like, oh my God, this is insane. And then, but I went home, and I'm like, I'm going to order it, and I never did. Just drank Trader Joe's coffee. But then with King's Coast, because Wayne, like, he'll roast it, and then it's shipped that same day that he roasted, so it's not sitting around and getting stale. That's the closest I've had to the Costa Rican, and it's like, it's on par with it. Like, it's really good stuff. So that's what I drink. So the coffee in our house is never more than like 2 weeks old. Like, because I usually go through a bag, a week after it's roasted. So it's that, like, to me, it's just so, like, I don't need to put anything in it. It's fantastic. But if I'm at like a hotel or like a gas station, or, I'm traveling, and I'm like, you see a coffee pot and you're like, oh man, that's probably been there for like a good 12, 14 hours, or other people open it up and they're like, and then they pour it, that's what I'm always thinking. So I'm like, I guess I'll put some sugar in this, because God knows it's all water, really. It's just like you can see through it, and you're like, this is not good coffee, but whatever. I have apparently the world's strongest coffee. At least that's what I was about to have. Journey in the morning. Oh yeah. You drink espresso stations, don't want to risk it? Yeah. Some don't have that, right? Days where I have no time for bad coffee or bad beer. Yeah, right? You're like, oh, wait, that's what I mean. Some days I've not had coffee. Because I'm just like, they're like, oh, yeah, you can just make some coffee in the hotel. I'm like, look, the Holiday Inn, whatever, coffee that they give you, I'm like, no, I'm just not. No, I'm good. They're like, they have coffee in the lobby. I'm like, okay, no. Oh, wait. The worst is, it's like the best and worst scenario, right? Diner coffee. I don't know what, like some people are like, I love diner coffee. Man, 99% of the time, diner coffee sucks. And I'm just like, they give it to you in those little cups. I'm like, what is this? How about a coffee roll? Or like a coffee, like a roll, like a cake. Yeah, I'm all about that. Oh yeah, I won't drink warm beer. Yeah, no. So make wine just to taste bad. Huh. Hey, I drink it, but it's usually pretty bad. You know. I had someone steam a cup of cold brew. I'm not a big cold brew person. It's not my thing. My sister loves that. She makes it, and I don't know. I like it to be hot. Tips!
Are you ready for it?
Hi! Good morning. Tips with the 10. Hi. Oh, big brat. How are you doing? Tips is good, people. Daniel, good morning. There's that mayor. I got to set up. I might do. We might do a couple songs this week. I don't know. We'll see. I have to set it up. We're talking about coffee tips. Did you have coffee yet? The lagers I'd have to be really cold for my. Yeah, if I can't do warm beer. I'm not a big beer person, you know, in general. I don't know what it is. I just, whenever I drink beer, I'm like, oh, like it's good. On a hot day, you're like, yeah, it's good. And then I always feel just like I don't want to move, you know. Scotch doesn't bother me, or whiskey. But beer always just makes me feel like I need a nap. Crushing some coffee. Lex, let's go. Cheers. I'll have a sip, then we'll get going. So what I want to do today is work on just triplets more, but not like we've went through the permutations of 16th notes. But now we're going to start like throwing in kick drums and breaking up triplets, right? Or 16th note triplets for that matter. And just kind of hearing phrases and grooving and all the things. So today's going to be a nerd day, like every day. Every day is exactly the same. Every day. Clear rum. Oh, right on. Been drinking iced shaken espresso with oat milk lately. Really, really good. Nice break from hot black coffee. You're fancy, Tips. That's something my wife would be like, oh. And I would be like, wait, what? And then I would have it. I'd be like, okay, this is really good. But at first, my wife's like, I made muffins. And I always ask. I'm like, well, what's in them? Because my wife, she gets like steel cutouts and like all the things. And like, she's super into making me eat good. So I'm like, well, what kind of muffins? I always have to ask. And she's like, well, there's apples in there. I'm like, what else? Because she'll usually sneak in like flaxseed or some kind of seed oat thing. And I'm like, oh, man, it's going to taste weird. They never do. They're always wonderful. But I'm always hesitant. When I see something that looks healthy, I'm like, oh, it's going to be gross. But I would drink that. Espresso with So how much is a serving? Yeah. Why is them? Oh man, some of them are. Some of them like she'll use like corn, whatever. It's like cornbread. I don't know. I just don't like. I don't like oats. And the steel cut stuff is like some of that's intense. I'm just like, you're like chewing it for like 10 minutes. You're like, oh my god, my stomach cannot break this down. There's no way this is happening. A Greek frappe. But like espresso, like, do you eat it in like an espresso glass, or do you make like a big cup of it? Because even with espresso, I need like a bunch. I need like a lot. Because people are like, oh, I made espresso, and they give you like the little cup, and I'm like, what? Come on now, come on. Rolled oats. I don't know what that means. See, I'm not into the oats and stuff. I'm into the puffed oats, like give me them sugar smacks. You know what I'm saying? With that little frog dude on them. Those are good. I prefer my oats puffed with sugar and smacks, right? See, I would drink that, Tips. That would be really, really refreshing. I think if it ain't steel cut, it's rolled. Okay. Yeah, see, I don't buy that stuff, My wife will like ask me to pick stuff up from the store, and she has to take a picture of the container because some stuff I'm like, what is this? I'm that person in the grocery store that's just standing there like, I have no idea what any of this is or what to get. Or the spice aisle. Oh my god. People say it's like, oh, they're in alphabetical order. I'm like, that is bull crap. That is so not right. Like they're all like, you go in there and like, they're not in alphabetical order. It's just like a wall of things that all look the same. So yeah, I'm the worst. I'm not much for healthy things, Mops, hello. Guten Tag, or it's not, right? Guten Tag, yeah, Guten Tag. I took German in high school, and I forgot all of it basically. But I hope Germany's amazing today, and wherever you guys are, I hope it's a nice day. So we're going to start with just eighth note triplets, and if anyone wants to follow along, you're updating. Oh, your UAD, right on the spark. Lex, let's go. Nice. So Lexi, I don't think I've ever tried one of those. A sunny day, nice. It's sadly sunny here. I just want snow, and we haven't gotten any. We are like 40 inches below average for snowfall where I live, or something crazy like that. Like it literally is like springtime here. It's so weird. It's gonna be like 60 again this week, and it's February. All the buds are coming out. The leaves are trying to come out. The geese are like starting to make their nests. I'm like, no, not yet, because it's gonna get cold. But all the plants are like, oh, cool, let's get popping. And the daffodils are coming up, and I'm like, guys, no, shut it down. Because in like 3 weeks, it's going to be like below zero again, and it's all going to die, We have mosquitoes out, bugs. It's pretty crazy. The jet stream is just like shooting up above us, right? It's going down by Tips in Texas. You guys are getting the cool air, and we're getting like Florida's all like weather is drunk and is like hanging out up here. Sorry, come get your weather. My wife likes it though, so they sucker me in. It's legit. You can always do a 2-week trial. Okay. Did you see Yeah, UAD, like they have uh, all their plugins now. Like you can use them in, like they have the native and the. Did you see that? It was like a week ago, or 2 weeks ago. Uh, carboniferous, carboniferous. Sounds like a Bill Nye word. Science. All right. So we're gonna be big triplets today. I'm just gonna start with eighth notes. We'll start if you guys want to follow along, if you can. And if I have best morning, let's go. Cheers. Thank you. That was very nice. If you guys would like to follow along, we're going to start with just normal triplets, right? So like triplet. And I don't care about speed. I'm not worried about, trying to sound crazy or complicated. This is like sometimes some of the things that you have to do. Again, it's all about foundations. I just had a lesson with a nice young man. And we talked about that. Like, I'm like, all right, so what are you trying to do? And he's telling me all this crazy stuff. I'm like, well, okay, I've been there. How are your just single stroke 16th notes? And he played them, and they were so, not bad, but just so unstable. I'm like, okay, so if this is unstable, what makes you think that doubling that or breaking those up really fast and adding accents and trying to move around the kit, what makes you think that's going to be stable? And he was like, huh. And then that gets me thinking, right? Like, all right, so I'm trying to play jazz and trying to play, hertas and these broken up triplets and trying to move around the kit. But what's the root of that? What's the root of jazz is triplets, right? What's the root of triplets? Quarter notes, and you could go on and on and on. But we're going to go to the base foundation of what we're trying to play off of, and that's triplets. How, and I started doing this last night a little bit after stream, just playing triplets, but like substituting a kick drum or putting a tom or a cymbal or breaking them up like da, 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 right? Like weird stuff like that. It's not stable. It's not solid. So I'm trying to play things on top of that are a lot crazier than just that, and it's falling apart. So we're going to kind of start with triplets today, work our way back into 16th note stuff, mix it with 16th note, straight 16ths, straight eighths and stuff like that, and just kind of do what we were doing at the start of the stream, but just build off that. So if anyone wants to try it with me or has questions or anything like that, Ocean Way, what? What about Ocean Way? You can go native from the looks. It's basically the Sparks. Oh, okay. Buy them individually. Like I wanted to buy the distressor and use it without UD hardware. Not there yet. Oh, so you still need that box, right? I might see. Lex. So the Neve, Rupert Neve Designs, the 5059, the summing mixer, just went on sale. I know. It's like $1,000 off. So I'm like, do I need to get this crown on my tooth, or like, do I need to pay my taxes? I'm trying, like, I've got so many, I don't have any UAD plugins, but I hear so many good things about them. I have the Slate stuff, the everything bundle, and all the Waves is such a joke. Like, I've got like some old versions. Some of them don't even work on the updated stuff, but Waves is just a money pit. And I worry about that, like getting into, like you said, this is the subscription thing. That's a good deal though you got for $1. But what's like the price after that? Isn't it like, is it $30 or more a month? I'm curious, but I've heard they're pretty amazing. Just going to sub for now instead of buying a lot of cool tools like the Motown. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, St. Paul and the Broken Bone. Oh, that's such a good band. I'll have to check it out. I think, are they offering anything right now? Maybe President's Day they'll do something. But yeah, you needed that box, right? You needed the thing for basically if you wanted to take them with you to other places. I'm not worried about that, but $20 a month, that's cheaper than Waves. It's not bad because they've got, I mean, if you use a lot of outboard gear, like especially like the old, not old stuff, but like 76s and LA 2Ways and stuff, I heard their versions of them are just on point. You know, doesn't UAD 2 have can you use their console? Like, you know how you could like use an API, whatever, or a Neve. Is that part of it too? Because they have, or I guess you can only use that in their DAW, right? Ply, what's up? Dan, I know you're not into metal, but have you ever played on 2 bass drums? Oh yeah, yeah. Ableist, yeah. Back in my youth's days. I'm trying to think of what what their DAW is, what Universal Audio's DAW is, right? I know Carter uses it. Luna, maybe? Is it Luna? No. It might be Luna. Strictly for their interfaces? Okay. Right? Don't they have a DAW though that like you can use? I think it's called Luna. I don't know. Are Metal cymbals expensive? All cymbals are expensive. My Ply, yeah. All cymbals have all the big lines like Zildjian, Sabian, Meinl, and Paiste all have their big product lines, like their top B20 bronze stuff, right? Where it's all expensive. They usually have a line below that that's either like B8 or B12 bronze. It's just the bronze ratio. So if you look at a company's thing, you know, Meinl has like their Byzance line, and then they have their Classics, I think is the next thing, which is, they're great cymbals, but you know, if you're looking for inexpensive Meinls, that's probably where you'd want to look, right? Yeah, cymbals are money. Yeah. Man, happy updating though. What computer are you using? Like a Mac, standard Mac, or do you have like an M1 or M2? My Ply, yeah. No, like, I would say this. If you're getting into drumming and you're getting into like upgrading your gear, the thing I've learned about cymbals is think of your drum set as like cake. I like cake. So think of it like you want chocolate cake or vanilla cake, or you just want the cake to be good and not dry and gross and fall apart and crumbly. And you want some good icing on it, right? So you have the cake. Your drums are the meaty part of the cake, right? Or the main focus. The cymbals are like the decorations, or what kind of cake is it? Is it a birthday cake? Is it a wedding cake? How fancy is the cake? Do you want it to be kind of chill? Do you want it to really pop out? Do you want fondant all over the place? The cymbals are like the emotions that really convey what the cake is. So you can go down a rabbit hole and spend a ton of money on cymbals, but maybe it might not be what you want. So if you're not sure what cymbals to get yet, before you go out and buy a $500 ride cymbal or something like that, like go play, if you can, just go play other people's cymbals, go to music stores, play stuff. You might be surprised what you like and what you don't like. You know, if you're sticking with a brand, that's awesome. But sometimes you might not like what that brand has. You might be like, that's a really cool sound. I love that, but it's just not me. You know, it looks cool, but it's just, when I hit it, it doesn't make me excited. So when you're learning or when you're buying new stuff, like, go play as much as you can. And like I said yesterday, just like listen to the drummers who you want to sound like. And if you really don't know what you want, then it's best to go just get the things that the people that you really like are using, because that's the sound that you enjoy. Because it's hard, but just know that cymbals they're expensive, and the cheaper the cymbal, the more metallic-y, kind of clangy they'll sound. I mean, they're great, but cymbals usually are at their best sonically when it's like a B20 bronze mixture. It's a softer bronze, and it's more musical and more harmonic, Lex, yeah, hi. Using a 2018 Mac Mini i7 6-core DVD and stuff. Wow. Effects Plus top down. Nice. Okay, yeah. M2 Pro Shortly. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Those little boxes. See, what I was getting at, Lex, is the more I'm getting into recording, the more I'm trying to get out of the box. So that's what I'm worried. I'm like, I'm gonna get, like these plugins, but I like the outboard. I just love. That's what I mean. I'm looking at that summing mixer to bring. If I get that, then all I'll need Logic for is just basically like a tape machine. I love like knobs and I don't know. It is handy though, and it's a lot cheaper to use like the plugins and stuff. But I don't know. Do you ever mix analog or out of the box? I just feel like it's different. It just has I can't explain it. It's probably what do you call it? When you're taking a pill for something and it's not really doing anything. What's that called? Like a not pseudo. You think you're taking medicine for something. I don't know what that's called. But that's how I feel with like gear right now. I'm like, is it just me? Or do I just like that better? But they're all great. Some of my favorite things are mixed all in the box. So, but I Placebo, that's it, yeah. Placebo. I am curious about the UAD stuff, because their gear is like top notch. So I doubt they would put out, an 1176 plugin that isn't on par, All right, so let's start with triplets. Again, I'm going to start very basic. It's going to be very chill, nothing crazy. So if you have questions, please ask. But I'm just going to start eighth note triplets. And I'm going to move them around the kit. I'm going to try to get some weird combinations. Then I'm going to start putting the feet in place of eighth note triplets. Not really playing a beat, but just kind of, I'm going to sound like a hippie, like a hippie teacher or something, but like, can really explore the space, I'm just going to get in there and just explore, see what happens. With no plan. Yeah, basketball tournament. I like it. But you gotta just like do this kind of stuff just to see what happens. You don't need a satellite for that subscription. They're currently selling without hardware, basically the plugins. Yeah. Got it. Really? So certain ones aren't native yet. They take a lot of that distressor, like requires a lot of like beef, right? And the Ocean White one, like they're pretty resource heavy. Have you ever tried the Apogee stuff, Lex? They're really expensive, but they're pretty intense. I was gonna tell you something too. The satellite summing mixer for me would be just so I could like mix everything out of the box, like just basically use it as a console, because it has gain, pan, and I can do like aux sends and stuff. How do I know that they're sharp? Got it. because that Clear Mountains domain, all that stuff, they try to, I don't know, they try, because I have an Apogee Symphony, and they're like, you know, you should totally use it. And I was like, oh, it's like $500 for a Pultec plugin. Seems a little weird, but you can use it without, you know, standalone. So like it's like almost zero latency. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I like tubes. Like clear out your trailer. What do you think of the Slate stuff? Sorry, we're just gossiping at this point. Stephen I like they're very accessible, but there's, I don't know, something about them that I don't like, and I don't know what it is. Like, they're not bad; they get the job done. Kush stuff, yeah, dude. He's really good. Like, his stuff is amazing, but I can't watch his YouTube stuff. I feel like I'm watching like a creepy ASMR stream. You know what I'm saying? He's like, hey man, you know, it's compressed. I'm like, am I on a date right now with you? Oh yeah, Eric does. Right on. Yeah, it's different. It's funny though. He knows what he's talking about though. Yeah. But his stuff is very nice. Very, very nice. But yeah, I'm getting into like more of that stuff. But the plug-in thing, it's funny. When I was first starting this whole mixing and recording, like back in I was using Logic 9, and yeah, I had to go to the Apple store and buy the box of Logic. It was like $500. The orange one, I think it was Logic 9. It might have been Logic 8. And it was Pro Tools. Oh my God, I don't even know what Pro Tools it was. I was just using like the stock stuff, and because you don't know what you're doing. And then you get sucked into like the waves. You're like, oh my God, there's a sale this weekend. I gotta buy all these. Because I was young and dumb, and I'm like, oh my God. And then a friend of mine, you remember back in the day, he's like, psst, Dan, come here. He owns a studio in LA. He's a shady dude, but really nice guy, just a little shady. He's like looking around. He's like, here you go. I'm like, what's this? He's like, it's a thumb drive. I'm like, what is it? He's like, it's got the solar system on it. And I was like, what? He's like, it's got this, you know how like Waves was like the Mercury bundle and like all that crap. It's basically like all the Wave stuff, because there was no like iLock and stuff. He's like, here you go. And I was like, oh, cool, right on, thank you. Because I was poor. I'm like, I can't afford $10,000 worth of Waves plugins. So it was really cool because I could use all those plugins, but kind of just see what they were about and try them out and be like, oh, okay, that's weird. I don't even know what this does. But over the years, going back and purchasing them, because you have to do that stuff, and there's such a vast world of plugins now. They are all really good. They're all really useful. But there's still something about that. I like instant, I like to have it in front of me, and it's kind of like talking about spice and cereals and stuff. Like, you go to the grocery store, there's like 1,000 things to pick from, right? It's like you want to paint your wall, like, oh, speaking of insulation or something, but you're like, the walls, let's paint it. Let's paint the wall. You go to the hardware store and there's like a wall of color. There's like 1,000 blues. You're like, man, I just want blue. Like, what's going on here? And they're like, well, what kind of blue? What, And you're like, just blue, please. I felt like I got to a point where I had like the Slate stuff and the Wave and, all these other really cool things. But I was like, when I go to pick a compressor or I go to pick an EQ, I'm picking the same things, and a lot of times just the stock stuff was like fine, and I'm like, why am I like throwing money at waves every year to update these or whatever? You know, it's like, well, now they look better. It's like, what? They're all the same kind of thing. So I got tired of like having, like you said, like update and like, man, the gear, the contrast is like having analog gear. It sucks sometimes because you got to get it maintained and fixed, or you got to kind of understand how to fix certain things, or if you have a good person. But that thing's never going to go out of date. You know, it's never going to like stop working because you got a new computer. And something that speaks to me somehow, I don't know, like all this technology stuff and all these new, you know, drum plugins or electronic drums, this is still like the thing, you know, and it's withstood the advances and stuff. So I don't know. And like when I reach for a compressor, I know I have three options for compressors. I have my 1176s, my DBX, like the 160s, or I have the SSL. Like it's like one of three options instead of me clicking on that, add a plug-in compressor, and like 500 ones pop up, and I'm like, oh my god, which one do I want? You know. So part of me wants to get into all that and learn all those, but at the same time, I'm like, there's so much. You know, it's such a big world. But the panels, these are London acoustic panels. You can get them from Sweetwater. And the insulation that I used in the walls, it's a separated room, so there's an air gap. And then there is Roxol, 2 layers of Roxol. So probably it's on 6-inch studs. So yeah, it's thick. And then I used open cell spray foam insulation on the wall, not connecting this. So that sealed it up. There's no air leaving. So it's open cell spray foam, stud wall, Roxol, foam paneling, like just it's like styrofoam, but it's for vibration. It's not as heavy as rubber, less expensive, and then the wood is on top of that. So yeah, cut down on vibration. Yeah, I did it right. Yeah, I'm like, if we're building this, and it's not a big room, but I'm like, I don't, you know, it's in my house, so I want to drum when I need to drum and not, you know, shake over the plants upstairs. So the next studio won't be as crazy as far as insulation goes, because it's just going to be a standalone building. I don't have neighbors, and I don't need to be quiet. So it's going to be just kind of like a heat insulation, and it'll be air sealed, but like I don't need to like think about it like that. I want to have just a big room with the console in the room, a lot of live tracking stuff. You know, I'm not going to be doing like ISO crazy stuff. So it's a pain, man. Insulating stuff and soundproofing. You can't soundproof drums, like, or a recording studio. Like, you're going to go. You need like 5-foot walls to be completely soundproof. Is your room decoupled? Yes. Yeah, it's decoupled. That's what I mean. All around the room, we built a stud wall, which was open cell spray foamed, and then we built the stud wall, which is what the room is now. So there's like a little air gap in between. And then if you're using spray foam, you don't use closed cell, because that's as hard as a rock. You just basically create a resonant chamber if you're using closed cell. So you need open cell spray foam that has little air bubbles in it, and it's not squishy, but you want air. You want that to kind of help with vibration. So move the plants in there. I've tried to have plants in here. They die because there's no sun. It's just like You know, there'd be a lot of carbon for them to soak up, but I would need like, you know, those plants that never need sunlight, you know. And then I'd have to like take care of them, and it's funny. Someone I follow, I'm gonna read you their tweet because it hit me hard. Hold on, his name's Leopard. He's a good dude, but I want to read the tweet verbatim. Where is this? This is Twitter. There it is. Leopard Stealth at Leopard Stealth. So he wrote, the calmness of a Saturday morning when the kids are at their grandma's and I'm only responsible for keeping myself alive today. Stress levels are plummeting. And that is so true. So true, right? Like when you're not worrying about like, oh God, the plants are dying or the kids or the dog. Oh, it's nice. So when I come down here, nothing's alive that I gotta worry about, right? With those bright things hanging from the ceiling, those are lights. Those are the
Ladies and gentlemen,
gosh. Hi. Hello. Oh my gosh. I'll show you the lights. How are you doing? Holy crap. Cammy, hi. Hold on. Dun 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 dun. How are you doing? Oh my goodness. That's so nice. I wonder if I can show lights. Let's see. We'll go to this one. No, not that one. I can move the robot around. Hold on. Oops. You kind of see it up there? So there's 6 of them, and they're like little, I don't know, like stage lights. Yeah, Duke Silver. You know. If you know Duke Silver, you're good people. But they, instead of like having like big lights, these lights are kind of spotlights. So the one behind me is for my head. Just adds a little lighting depth thing. So yeah, there's 3 up there, 2, and then 1 back here. And there's 1 on the floor. But it just kind of, it's for lighting. You know, he's a legend, right? Oh man, so Cozy's, Joris, where Duke Silver played at, it was a club in the Valley. I used to go to it. Cozy's. If you watch that scene again, you'll see the club shut down, but that was like the blues, jazz hang place in LA besides the Big Potato. And when I started watching Parks and Rec, I was like, oh my God, they're at Cozy's? That was like the hang. It was such a cool place. Key lights, yeah. There you go. Overhead nose. Yeah, it's really cool. Like that, Cozy's was like a place where Wednesday nights they used to have jam nights, right? Or Wednesdays, Thursdays. And it was crazy because you go in there and let's say Justin Timberlake's band or, you know, I don't know, Britney Spears' band, Christina Aguilera's guitar player, Fish, kind of ran the night. And so you had like these monster players just hanging out, jamming. You know, if they weren't on the road, they were coming to hang and jam and just connect with their, you know, peers and stuff. So I was a kid. I was like 19, 20, and I used to go to Cozy's and just sit there like, like, holy crap, right? Like, they're just amazing players. And I got to go up one night, and I'll never forget. Like, I'd been going to the jam nights for, like, months. And Fish was like, get up here and play. I'm like, no. Nope. He's like, get up here and play. Just come jam. Whatever. It was like 1 a.m. He's like, just come up and play. It's fine. And the bass player, I'll never forget, just looks over at me, right? I come up, I sit behind the drum set, and I'm like, he's like, you look cool. I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. Everything's great, you know? It's like the bass player that you see in, like, everything. He's the man. He's so good. He looks back at me and he went, oh. I'll never forget it. He's on a stool and he looks back and he's like, oh. And I was like, oh man, this is, and Fish is like, all right, let's go. So I started playing, and then as soon as I start playing, he kind of turns around and he's like, all right. And I see his head bobbing. He's tapping, and I'm like, okay, we're going to be all right. And it was a really fun night. I think I finished out the night. But I mean, Brian Fraser Moore, does anyone know who that is? He was drumming for Christina Aguilera at the time, and he was up there before me, just like, and then here's me being like, but it worked. You got to be yourself. Don't be afraid. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I peed my pants that night. But yeah, I used to go to that place all the time. So it's a very special club. So yeah, when you see Duke's over there, that's because like that was the spot. That's the legit spot. You know? John, hello. I'll never forget that. I was so scared. Oh, I was so scared. Oh. It'd be like the equivalent of being like a stand-up comic and going up, you know, following like, I don't know, Jerry Seinfeld or something. And it's like, yeah, go up and do 15 minutes. And you're like, no, I'm good. Like, no, get up there, go on. And you're like, oh my God. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. But yeah. But welcome everybody. Hello. Being is amazing. I'm a drummer. We've been practicing and learning jazz pretty intensely for the last 6 months. So today we're working on triplets, just like standard triplets. I know we've talked a lot this morning, but it's been really fun. Good talks. We were talking about like plugins and recording. A lot of stuff I do is in the recording world, so we've been geeking out about that. Sound insulation, talking about doing all that. But triplets are the root of jazz, and eighth note triplets in particular. Ina, hello. Like, I appreciate you being here. Yeah, it's fun to talk about, right? Like, when you get to talk about stuff that you're really passionate about with other people who are big nerds. It's like my wife would be like, oh my God, here we go. He's talking about plugins again. You know? You're going to build so you're building panels, sound panels? If you're building them, okay. If you're going to build, like, how big panels are you going to make? Because building them I was lazy. But with the new studio, I'll be building. I'm going to make some big ones. And safe and sound style. Okay, gobos. Okay. Use pine, because pine is light, right? Like go to wherever you go, Home Depot, whatever. Double layer. Yeah, okay. So if you do it right, if you're doing gobo style, yeah, use like 2x4s, use pine. It's easy to cut, it's light, and it's strong. What are you going to use for fabric for keeping in the insulation? But because I was going to say use 2 layers of fabric around. Some people just use 1. Double it up, because that insulation stuff is itchy, and even though you don't think it's getting out, it gets out. So double layer, you know, gonna make sure it's not gonna get out. Yeah, okay. I've seen people do you know fabric stores, and you see like the roll of cotton, like in a roll, like you can, I don't know I guess they use it for blankets. But it's like cotton, but it's like thin, and it comes in a roll. Like if you were buy a roll of bubble wrap. I've seen studios, they'll put 2 layers of rock salt back to back, right? Because you want the squishy side out. So 2 paper ones together, glue them together, the paper, Like felt, yeah, but it's like cotton. It's not thick like felt. It's like pillow cotton, but it's like all woven together, and you can roll it out. It's for what you use in blankets or like quilts. I don't know. I don't know. But you take two of the rock sols, glue the paper together, so you have it on both sides, and then put a layer of that cotton on the outside, and then wrap your fabric in there, because the cotton's only like that thin, but it helps to shield you from that insulation crap getting out or just like touching it, because that stuff's nasty. Rock Sol is not as bad as like normal insulation, but it's still, you don't want to be like getting that all over you and itching your eyes. It's not good. So yeah, so do like glue 2 layers back to back, weed barrier to keep it in. Yeah. If you have your stud wall for the gobo and the 2 layers of insulation, I don't know how fancy you want to look, but I've seen people like do black, do a whole solid thing of black fabric around it, and it'll be puffing out, right? Like where around the frame. Staple it, but then go over, like get some pine, like just some 1x pine that isn't like too wide, and make like, it kind of looks like diffusers. You can kind of go like sideways, or do a frame over top, or do some kind of thing. That'll keep it in, Like the weed wire, chicken wire, you can do that too. But that'll hold it in pretty well. And if you do your frame wide enough, it should be good. It shouldn't be like busting out. So, what is that console? Magnus, this isn't a console. Well, it's a control surface, whatever. It's a Behringer X Touch. And it's just so I can control Logic, because Logic's like 50 feet away from me in another room. So I can mute. I could turn like reverb up, Basically, I could do like self-mixing things if I want. But yeah, it's just a control surface for a DAW. But it's an X Touch. And my friend worked at Behringer, and he's like, "Do you want anything?" And I was like, "No, because it's Behringer." He's like, "No, for real. Some of the stuff's good." I'm like, "No, I'm good. Don't give me anything. I'm not going to use it." But he sent this to me, and I didn't use it for like 4 years. And then I'm like, "Oh, I have a reason to use this now." And it's good. It's not bad. And they're mechanical faders, so they're all like psh, 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 that you can like automate them. It's cool. I don't know. It's got things. The one thing it won't do, though, that I want it to do is change tempos. I wish I could change the tempo on this to like practice with a click. It'd be so nice, but you can't. It does everything but that. How stupid is that? You can do everything except change the tempo of a song. Like, it should be right here, right? Like, just let me just turn a knob to change tempo. Nope, can't do it. So, way to go, Behringer. Maybe the new ones do it, I don't know. But yeah, let's get to it. So we're going to start with 8th note triplets. Start on the snare. We're going to move around the kit. It's going to sound bad. It's going to sound really bad, but I'm going to try different stickings. Just different patterns, trying to hear different. It's like a guitar player trying a scale in a new mode, or just trying new combinations of something very basic. But I'm setting rules for myself, like not play things I already know what I'm doing, So trying to find new things, and then we're gonna substitute. Instead of playing hands, we'll put a foot in there, or all that stuff. Use a cheap little Behringer mixer for my desk for mixing it. Yeah, it's not bad, but, he was like, "Hey, do you need anything?" I'm like, "Dude, you work at Behringer." It wasn't Behringer. Like someone owns Behringer, the company that owns them. That's who he worked for. So he could get like all these like audio companies are owned by like one person, and he worked for them. He was like their distribution, like whatever filament person. So I was like, dude, I don't want anything. He's like, no, it's not that bad. I'm like, come on, man. Like, if you weren't working for him, would you buy them? He's like, I'm like, yeah, But yeah, for like desktop stuff, yeah, they're not bad. They're a lot better than they were, right? Back in like when I was like early 2000s, late 90s. Tips, you remember like you get like a musician's friend, the magazine, and you'd open it up and you're like, oh my god, I could get 100-channel mixer for $50. And then you get them and all the pots are like and you're like, oh, they were so wonky. But every band had a Behringer mixer with like 50 channels, and they were a 4-piece punk band. We're like, yeah, gotta look cool, you know. But all right, let's try it. I'm kind of scared to do this because I'm going to be doing it in front of you guys, and it's going to sound bad. It's kind of weird. And when I say I don't really know what I'm doing, I really don't know where this is going to go. But I know I got to work on triplets. I got to work on voicings. I got to work on just some new ideas, some new stickings, something new, right? And that's going to help what I'm used to. It's going to help bring that up to where it needs to be. So yeah. You're not a musician if you haven't owned something from them. Yeah, right? Or like a PV like guitar amp or something. Those are good, man. PV bass amp. Yeah, like an SM58. Behringer or a Mackie mixer, you know. All right, here we go. What am I doing? Where are the things at? Overheads. Oh, did I collapse? I don't know what I did. I hit a button. Anyways. Triplets, right? Triplet. Boom, boom. Like trying to come up with melodies. If anyone wants to try this, please let me know if you're trying it and if you're failing like I am. Right? Trying to take a triplet idea, not stop with it. Like keep them back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm not even trying different stickings yet, but try to come up with melodic phrases with a theme or some kind of like repeating theme, yeah, like something similar between them that ties them together. So I was thinking like boom down down right? Drummers will do that a lot. We'll have things in our heads and you're like, you just kind of are saying things, right? We aren't playing like a melodic thing like a pianist or guitar player or something like that, or a vocalist. So we're working within a relative pitch sound, but using that relative pitch, you can come up with a melody. It's a melody. It's not actual harmonically perfect melodies, but it's got pitch and it can convey something. So thinking outside of like a box of just like all my fills need to be like boom, right? You can start to come up with some really neat stuff, and it's all within those 12 notes of a triplet, right? In a bar. Really like the sound of the drum set. It's warm, like rounded. I guess it's hard. Yeah, no. Magnus, so they're ambassador heads. So they're all single ply heads. And the drum set is let me see if this works. I don't know if it will. There we go. So they're round over bearing edges. So the bearing edges they're not real sharp, so it's not real attacky. So it gives it a very nice like just nice. It's warm, like you said. If they were sharper bearing edges, it would be more like real, like not real attacky, but it would be like more like ding instead of, you know. So you're hearing less head and more shell and rim with round over bearing edges. Where if you've got like a 45 degree or something like that, like you're gonna hear a lot of the head tone, which is usually makes it louder and more bright and resonating, right? Because the head can do a lot. But when it's rounded over, the head's being muted more, so you're hearing more of the resonance of the shell and all that. Have the hardest time conveying to drummers in the studio. Make your playing part of the melodic. Yes. Blackberry, good morning. And Hardy, what's up? Oh, Hardy, you got one. Hardy, both Hardy and Tips, good people. Austin, good morning. Yeah, and it's one thing like all drummers. I mean, maybe you want to sound like a standard fill idea number 4000 on your loop pack or whatever. Maybe you do, I don't know. But no drummer wants to just sound like they're playing nonsense, right? You want it to have a purpose or a reason for your musical decision in that moment. And sometimes if you're not aware of what you're doing, you're just mindlessly adding noise to an otherwise delightful conversation. Rock guys, not so much. Yeah. It's funny. I think the best rock drummers are the ones who were like jazz cats, who do think like that, so 100%. We'll try it again. I might change up. We're going to stick with triplets. We'll keep that subdivision the same, but I might mess around with different stickings now, right? So just eighth note triplets, nothing crazy. You can put feet with it yet. We're not substituting anything out. But we're progressively going to add rules to this kind of exercise and just see where it takes us. Which is funny because
Delicious.
the best rock drummers are all about that, regardless of subject. You're good with the raid. Thank you. Hi. Oh, Blackberry. How do you like the kick? Oh man, what did I do? Hold on, let me just see. I hit. There we go. There we go. I must have triggered that button for some reason. Mary, hello, hi. Love that kick right now. I don't know why I love that kick right now. It's just like, oh, it's warming my large intestine. Right? That's where your large intestine is. It's not isn't your stomach like way up here or something? I don't know. Your heart's here, your stomach, like I don't know. There's a lot going on in there that I don't know about. now in my head I have. Right? So try to make that come out. drums sound out of tune. When you start playing melodically, you're like, that's not the note. That's not right. Hold on. Right? I'm hearing this weird stuff. The weird things. Let's see if we're in tune. It's hard because I'm trying to set rules for myself, right? Like, all right, stay in triplet world. Stay in the triplets. And then it's like, oh, I'm totally not there. And it's a little flat. Boom, boom, boom. That sounded flat. A little bit. And Black, what's up? Christian, hello. We're coming because we love you. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, guys. Hi. How was your stream? It was great to see you. Let's go. Well, we're doing triplet stuff today. Kind of boring, but I'm trying to be melodic. Try new things, right? But keep it in a certain rule. Triplets. Try to keep a flow going. Make it sound musical, have a theme. It's hard. It's really hard. And then we'll slowly progress into different, harder things with it. But it's tricky. So we're just messing around today, but also trying to work hard. I'm going to move this out of here just a little bit. I'm not really looking at it. get tied up. I lose stickings. That's why we're practicing, right? It's eighth note triplets, but stickings can get in the way, right?
What's up?
Sean, what's up, dude? Oh, dogs, what's up? I feel like people think exercise like this is super easy, but actually harder. Yeah, right? Well, if you set rules for yourself, that's what makes it hard, right? Crusher, what's up? Sean, how's your day? How was your bacon this morning? Better have had bacon and Fruit Loops. What's the exercise today? Today, I'm just playing triplets, but I'm trying to create a flow with them, change stickings around, do permutations, throw in kicks and feats, and not let it be, like kinked. So trying to keep a flow going with just triplets. Then we're going to bring in 16th note Herta permutations. And then we're going to break up triplets, and we're going to do all kinds of stuff. But I'm just starting with, just trying to, it's like meditating, I'm trying to, meditate with it and just create a flow state of something and make it sound musical and not stiff. The movies, what the hell? Oh, what's up? Sauteed red onions. Hi. I like your name. That's cool. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's all fake. It's all CGI. Yeah, you should see what I really look like. Do you know the aliens from Aqua Teen Hunger Force? That's what I look like. I'm like that little alien dude. Like, yeah, the mini pizzas. On TVs it looks good, hopefully, right? Setup is, by the way. Oh, thank you. Dogs, thank you. Vlog. So do you vlog, GH5 vlog? I know what's up. Is it like vlogs? Like vlogs? Or are you talking like vlog footage? I'm a dork, man. I'm a dork. Let's get a slow pan on live stream. Oh, it's Idlecrone sliders. So there's one there, this one. They've all got one. So this one's going slow. It's right at the end of it, so it slows down. This one goes vertical. This one goes up and down. It does things. You were 6. That's awesome. My kids just created their PlayStation IDs and stuff, and I'm like, guys, this is it. And they're like, oh, I want to be, skateboard 5,000. I'm like, guys, come on. This is forever. And they're like, Pizza Man. And I was like, oh boy. So yeah, I totally get it. The first time I had to make a username, I'm old, but it was Instant Messenger, and I was Rock Drummer Dan, because I was a rock drummer. I didn't want people thinking I was a country drummer, so I was Rock Drummer Dan. That was my Instant Messenger name. And then PlayStation was the next one, I think, and I picked Dan Drumstone because some nerd picked Dan Stone Drum, and I was like, what the heck? Donut Lover? He's a donut lover. Gotta love all of them donuts. Donut lover. I love that. I need cheese. I need big cheese to cover that song. He's donut lover. Cheese, please. You make that just popping. Oh man. But yeah, gotta get back to Donut Lover, man. That's where it's at. How long have I driven for? 20 some years, like 22, I think, something like that. I don't know. 23, maybe 24. I don't know. I just don't count anymore. Doesn't matter. We're all gonna be stardust soon, right? We're all gonna be dead soon. Who's counting? But for real, it's like over 20 years. Maybe 25. I don't know. Long time. But we're trying to do something interesting today of just triplets, create a flow state, keep them going, try to make variances, try to create melodies within that. And my kids are right above us playing with Legos. So, Stickman, hello. Yo, Crazy Chocolate Chip, what's up? Making coffee. Nice. Yeah, we'll have a little coffee break in a minute. I was 20 years old. Yeah, see, it's the CGI. It's the CG. It's all real. It's all fake. It's AI. This is just all AI. Right. I'm really like an 80-year-old grandma in a rocking chair. You're like, Mom, where's the meatloaf? Or meatballs. Mom, the meatballs. Everyone expects you to say meatloaf. just like that, the phone rang, and I'm like, I lost it, right? Boom, boom. Been playing for 20, yeah. I turned 40 this past year, so playing for about 5 years, but I didn't start trying until about 2 years ago. Nice, yeah. Once you really like, I'm gonna say some mean stuff, but a lot of people are like, I play, no, yeah, I do. But if you really start trying, you realize real quick there's a lot of work, right? You look, oh, nice, the KSM 32s. Waiting until I have a couple. Dude, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, that's good they have them. Who rented out the KSMs? Let's go. Dude, let's go. That's awesome. Yeah, who's Donut Lover? I don't know, some guy came in here. He's like super swole. Whoa! Speaking of the Behringer, I almost broke it. Oh, that's awesome. All I can think of, what's that movie where the cop pulls him over and, oh man, I don't even think, what's that movie? Where he's like, I hear the kids. It's not, oh my God, Super Troopers? Is that what I'm thinking? Is there a movie called Super Troopers? I think there's a funny movie, right? Where if I'm ever at a Starbucks with you, Sean, or something, I'm going to have him change your name to Donut Lover. I love it. That's a good name. Seriously. I hope you kept that, you know? RoboCop? What with the cop in it? Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I have that in my head. Making songs, guys, making songs. Yeah, I played drums. A random music teacher in school asked me to play something. I was like, never mind, I don't know. Yeah. It's hard. Anything. It doesn't have to be music, but anything that you know, because people are like, you know, there's that funny thing going around of like, what's your hobby? I'm like, I don't have a hobby. Like, this is all I do. I'm like obsessed with it. It's like I can't do a hobby because all I want to do is this. Once you find something that you just take so seriously because you're passionate about it, and it's all you want to do. You know, it's something else entirely. A large farva. Oh, I want a liter cola. Muscle, how's your back today? Everyone, big hearts for Muscle. Anyone have any like sore ailments today? I hope not. I hope everyone's backs are strong, and you got good sleep, man. And you better not be working today, but maybe we could do like a chat this afternoon. Boom, boom. Hits you like a truck. That's right. Yeah, you know. Yep. There's a lot of people doing well with mediocrity, I guess is the word. They're good at the good level of it, right? But there's the crazy people, right? That they just can't. They obsess over it. All right, let's bring in some Hertas and shifting the 16th notes around and see where we get compared to yesterday. $30 years. What? Turtle 34, thank you. Good morning. Hi. Dun, dun, dun. This one's for Turtle. The heritas are dedicated to Turtle. You don't know how to do double paradiddles. Oh, do a double paradiddle. Oh yeah, yeah. No, for real. Paradiddles are super weird. now's a good time to talk about what a hairta is. Because I suck and I dropped my stick. Help! Where'd it go? Oh my god. It's always in the weirdest spots. The place where you think it won't land, it's gonna land, right? Boom, what's up? So it's a triplet, right? If you take, we'll start with just a triplet, right? If you do a right hand lead triplet, triplet. So 3 notes, right? Triplet. Let's pretend they're eighth notes, right? So you have triplet, triplet, 1 ta ta, 2 ta ta, 3 ta ta, 4 ta ta, right? A hairta technically is you double one of those eighth notes. So if we double the first one, herita, right? Herta. It's like rolling an R. That's how it gets its word. Like paradiddle sounds like paradiddle with the double. You double the first note. So instead of herita or triplet, you have herita. So instead of going right, left, right, you're going to go right, left, left. But the triplet's still in there, right? Triplet, triplet, triplet. So it kind of sounds like a but you can do what I'm trying to work on and getting better at it, right? Is putting like a note at the second note of the triplet. So moving that diddle to the second note. Triplet. Right? And then the third one, triplet, triplet. Then you can do all kinds of different stickings. Yeah. Yeah. You just didn't know what, yeah. You're like, I know what that is, but that's what a hairta is. So, I mean, you could put them as like 16th notes, straights and stuff like that, but generally the hairta is based off of triplet. Triplet, right? But take that and try to mess around with different stickings. So go like, put like 2 rights. And it'll shift around, right? Mike, what's up? Not quite my ostinato. And Jamie, what's up? Because you can take, instead of doing like a single diddle, like a hit or a hit, you could do a diddle on the first one, right? But because they're triplets, you're going to alternate back and forth. Then left. So right. That I was just doing was, it's kind of cool doing so put it in the middle, triplet. It's cool, sounds fun. Time for a coffee break. There's so much to unpack there. Oh man. That's the vibe in my head right now. Boom bam ba dum. God. I don't know. If someone wants to write a song, there you go. That's the jam. I'll write the beat. Boom boom dum. Cheers. Yeah. Oh yeah. Veranda. Right on. Yeah, no, we're gonna. It's like I can play Heritas, but I usually just stick with the Herita, the one that we all play. And you stick with like the safe things, right? But you'll learn like there's rhythms within inside rhythms, especially when you start changing stickings around. Like doing left-hand Heritas or adding the doubles towards the eighth note triplets part. You end up with some really cool stuff that even taking crazy, check this out, splitting it up, making it a linear thing. You'll notice there's if you pick 4 different things, right? And let's say I'll start with a kick drum, and I'll go kick, ride, snare. That's the pattern. But I'll play a Herita, okay? Right? Herita, right? If you start with a kick drum, Herita, the one that you start the Herita with is the one you're going to end it with. Then you move on to the ride. Herita, and then the snare. Herita. So you repeat that 4 bars. It takes 3 bars to come back around again. It's coming back around again. It's coming back around again. Right? My coffee break. That's fun, right? Oh, unintentional hairs. Yeah. Oh, man, I gotta see. muscle. Your back hurts. My neck hurts. I can't. Hurts. Getting old. Got an old yeller me, guys. Just take me out back behind the barn. Oh, yeller. What are they doing up there? I don't want to know. They were being good when I came down. They were all playing nicely together, you know? I would say having the boys we have about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes a day where they're all playing nice together. Like, they're not fighting. They're being kind. They're like, here, do you want to use my ball? You know? and you know, we're like, cool, they're playing. And then you hear that, and then there's the fighting that takes place. So they were being good. I hope they're being good. But yeah, we're going to take this a step further. I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to try to be cautious if I'm playing quarter note triplets within tempo dependent, right? So I'm going to slow it down a little bit. So we play quarter note triplets instead of dotted quarter note triplets. My 5 kids used to play nice, then it was the way, then it was your way or the highway. Yeah. No, my kids are good. They're just, they're crazy. So we get a little window of where they're all nice. And then it's usually 2 against 1. Whatever 2 against 1 changes every 30 minutes. But it's usually, something happens. And then maybe we'll get a second window of them playing nice together. But very rare, right? Very rare. I mean, they're cooped up together all day. It's a recipe for, it's not going to end good. Right? But, okay. Also, while I'm doing this, I'm trying to stay relaxed. I'm not just trying to play stuff, but I get carried away. I get excited. I'm feeling it or whatever, and my arms will creep up. So I'm trying to purposefully just be like goop, right? But I'm trying to match up hands, trying to stay consistent, try to be in 100% control rather than that tension coming in and, playing the sticks like a crazy person. I'm trying to avoid this. My thumb, once I really start jamming, here, I'll leave this here. One thing we've been doing a lot of traditional grip, which is helping, right? If we're doing some jazz exercises, I'll switch to that. But with stuff like this right now, I notice that I go from this grip, right, to that. So I'm trying to make sure my grip my fulcrum isn't shifting up, right? Because that's a no rebound grip right there. But I kind of use it for really making sure that snare drum is muted. If I want to play a crispy snare hit as opposed to, right? Ooh, those overtones. So I'm trying a couple different things while trying a couple things. A lot of moving parts. Trying to keep my feet planted. Just trying to play, smart and delicate, but also in control and powerful if I need. So yeah, and I'm trying to do that if I'm gonna pull accents out of a hairta. Say I want to accent the second note of a hairta, and I want to go head. But if I'm tight and I'm playing hairtas, they're all loud, right? Playing an accent, you're not gonna be able to tell. It's just all gonna sound like. I'm like, do you hear the accent? You're like, what the heck are you talking about? There's no accent in there. So being relaxed, really being aware of dynamics, trying to be accurate, trying to be consistent, trying to be all the things. And it's hard, but practice is supposed to be, right? You're juggling not just a bunch of different things around your drum set. You're juggling like your brain, your breathing, it's balance, so much. Tommy? That's Tommy's beat for the day. Boom. That's like in my head. That's the groove. This is the groove. I hope you're having a great day, dude. You were streaming early. What time is it? Oh man, it's almost noon. Just been practicing ghost notes because I always used to ignore them because I thought they were too hard. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm going to be honest. It depends on what type of music you're playing. I mean, it's important to learn them, but a lot of times people try to put them in places they don't need to be, you know? Like if you're playing punk or something, it's like, dude, just you're good. Unless you're Travis, right? Metal and progressive drumming is really added a lot of ghost notes and that sort of stuff. But a ghost note is a different connotation in metal and progressive than it does in like jazz or like an orchestral sense. Same to you, Tommy. It's great to see you. You had a good stream? I hope. I'm like Petrie from Land Before Time. Oh, I hope. Ghost note in like progressive music or like metal-y ghost notes. I mean, they're basically just quiet piano notes. Right? A ghost note technically was like a note that was like barely heard, like barely feathered. So, and when people say ghost notes now, they just think quiet notes, which they're right. But a ghost note is actually supposed to be like where you're like, are they playing anything? You can see them kind of moving, but it's like feathering the kick drum. If it's not there, you notice it, you know? So, like, if your real ghost notes are like barely there, right? Right? Normal ghost notes, like you'd hear in modern music, are more like crispy and sampled. They're sampled. Yeah. Which was good. Oh, nice! Wait, you moving? Is it an easy move or a hard move? I hope easy. I hope it's not a big deal. What game were you playing, dude? It's funny, when the camera goes over that way, the light hits it, and I think someone's in the room. Speaking of ghost notes, I'm like, huh! It's just a shadow. There's no one here that I know of. But, yeah, it's like, oh, my God, there's someone standing there. And then I'm like, oh, it's just because the cameras move. So when it comes over this way, I just see the shadow being like, and I'm like, oh, my God, every time. Watch. I'll get used to it, and then there will be really a ghost over there, and I'll be like, oh, sorry, bro, thought you were a shadow. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Slowing down Heritas, and I'm going to try, like, connecting a bunch together. So yesterday we just did, like, a certain kind of Herita and shifted it around. Today we're going to start mixing and matching, right? Why not, right? Why not mix up different flavors of Kool-Aid? You end up with this brown Kool-Aid, and you're like, oh, man, what's going on here? Moved all the gear. Just got to finish the trip with a stage for it. Ooh, nice. So the important stuff. Nice, dude. How are you doing? Any new gear? Because I'll tell you what, Tommy, NAMM's coming up, so everyone's offloading all their crap. Now's a good time to buy gear if you're buying anything. I think I'm going to pull the trigger on the Neve 5059 summing mixer this week. We'll see. We'll see. But everyone's kind of like, oh yeah, NAMM's coming up. We got to order a lot, so let's get rid of the old, you know? But it's still the good. But it's not the new, but it's still good stuff. So if you need gear, get it now. NAMM's in April? What, about like a month and a half-ish? Something like that. It's coming up. It's coming up quick. Yeah. It's a Rupert Neve Designs. So there's Neve AMS, which was Rupert, and then he left, but they kept it going. AMS bought out Neve. But then Rupert was like, man, I'm like still cool, right? He died when he was like 94, I think. So he started Rupert Neve Designs in the early 2000s. And like, that's what the headphone preamp is. It's great stuff. So yeah, it's a Neve, but it's not a Neve, but it's like a better Neve, some people say. Some people are like, like a 1073 is the way, but I don't know. So this is like a summing mixer that's on their 5088 console. So they dropped the price $1,000. So I was like, wait, what? That's amazing, right? You know? Like, that's a good, like, hasn't been that cheap in like 15 years. So, yeah, I was like, oh, wait, is there something wrong with it? And they're like, nope. I'm like, really? Okay. There must be something new coming out. But I don't, that has everything I need. Tommy, you know. Sin, what's up? Hi. April 13th through the 15th in Anaheim. That's right. Yep. I'm curious if they're going to have, because they had NAMM, in the summer with COVID, the year after, in 2021. Or 2022, I think last year it was in the summer. This year it's in April, and I'm curious if they're going to take it back to January next year. We'll see. We'll see. My tummy's like. Anyone else going to NAMM? I'm not going this year, but I'd like to. You know, but I don't want to. I don't want to fly all the way there just to be like, I want that. I want that. I want that. I want that. Cherry, hello. Word up. Word up. Throw hands in the air like you just don't care. Used to have to play that in my wedding band in LA. With your buddies. Oh, I was like, your buddy has a compressor? What kind of compressor? But then I was like, company probably. That makes sense. Fell asleep. No. Live in Scotland, and I'm 16, so you're like, I don't know. Hopefully you can one day. Oh, dogs, it's fun. It's fun. NAMM is it's a lot different than when I first started going to NAMM. Now it's like anybody can go. Where before it was for like just people like music stores and artists, I guess, would go, recording studios, any music production stuff. Now, like, you go, there's like a bunch of kids there, and they're all like, oh my god, and all the parents are like, go play the drums, go get famous. It's kind of weird. It's still fun. Like, it's fun to see all the stuff, but it's so different than it used to be, you know. Yeah, it was just businesses. Like, if you could go to NAMM, it was because you were either an artist with the company or, you got invited from one of the companies. But now, like, you just go buy a thing. So now it's kind of turned into this, like, it's kind of like Comic-Con, but, like, everyone's trying to be famous con. So you go there and, like, everyone's sitting down at a guitar is like, trying to be like, yeah, check me out. Oh, you want to give me a guitar? And it's like, no, we're good. Tommy, you know. Everyone's like, so, like, how do I get an endorsement? And they're like, we're just the marketing department. Like, don't ask for endorsements. And they're like, yeah, but don't, for real, like, can I get an endorsement? They're like, God, no, just go away. Everyone's passing out cards and saying, check out my SoundCloud. And you're like, oh my God. It is though, right? So true. It's like, dude, just go and check out the gear. That's all the people working there want to do. They just want to show you the new stuff. They don't care about your band that plays once a month. Can I get a cymbal endorsement? It's like, dude, what? No. You know? Here's my band. You want to check us out? No, I'm good. We only sell dumb bookers. Like, yeah, right? Like, they're there to sell stuff, not give you free things. Although it is interesting, if you do want to buy gear at NAMM, go the first day and say, like, hey, is any of this, like, for sale? And some companies will go, oh, yeah, totally. Or some will be like, no, we're going to take it back or whatever. But sometimes you can get a cool deal, say, yeah, because they don't want to pack it up and take it home. So sometimes if you go the day of and you're like, I'll buy that guitar, and sometimes they'll be like, oh yeah, we'll give you a cool deal, and they'll hold it for you, and then you go the last day and at the end of NAMM and you can pick it up. Or if you're looking for bargains, sometimes you can go the last day and they're like, we'll sell this to you for like $50. Just, we don't want to take it out to the truck. So sometimes you can find some cool stuff. It depends on the company and all that, but yeah, NAMM is cool. There's a lot of companies there. There's like the main areas, but then, you know, the downstairs, like there's all these like smaller companies. You'll see a lot of cool stuff, a lot of like really weird stuff, but it's a neat thing to have like all these, basically all the instrument companies in one place at once. It's really neat. It's really fascinating. So it's fun to walk around. You purchased a new marimba mallet on last day. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's cool. You can get some cool deals, right? But then you can also just piss a lot of people off if you're just going looking for free stuff or just bugging people. You know, they're just there they're working. You know, not hear about. Yeah, we record. We got a new album out in like 2 months. It's gonna be awesome. We got like 100 people that follow us on Spotify. So how about like a free drum set, you know what I'm saying? And it's so funny. People are so in their heads, you know? No, like they're a lot of the companies take things to NAMM to get rid of, right? Because it's usually like demo models or B stock that they can't sell, you know, because it's used. So why take it with you? So a lot of times all their convention stuff or show floor stuff, they'll usually get rid of at a pretty decent stock. That's why you see online sometimes you'll see like B stock. It could have a defect in like the cosmetics of it, or it could have been a NAMM drum or a NAMM guitar that they can't repackage it as brand new, so they'll just call it B stock, you know? So you can get some really good deals. Depending on the company, you can get a really good deal. They'll be like, just take it. You know? Some of the bigger companies, like, you can get certain good deals on stuff. Say nothing and just listen to the dummies who say that. Yeah. It's entertaining. Yeah. Evil local bands be like, small things coming eventually. But NAMM is fun. It's a good time. Just pack. Don't eat there. The food's really expensive. Don't play play anything at NAMM. No one wants to hear your drum solo. If you want to get in good with a company, just go over and say hi. That your drums look awesome. And they're like, cool, thanks. If you come over and sit down at a booth and play for like 30 minutes, no one wants to talk to you, you know? Yeah. Parking, I don't know. It got worse over the years, but parking's okay, I guess. Yeah, I haven't been since we moved. It's been 5 years since NAMM. I was at the last one. But they do so many cool things online now, you know? It's almost better in a sense. Secondhand because some parents bought it for their kid. Yeah, right? Like, it's totally fine. But some people want like a brand new packaged thing, and I get it, but it's like, dude, the guitar's fine. The drums are fine. And there's nothing wrong with it. So, yeah, you can find some good deals if you really look. Like snare drums, you'll see a lot of like B stock snare drums because a lot of music stores will leave one on the floor. People play it, and over time, if it doesn't sell, they're kind of like, It kind of looks a little wonky, you know, dusty, or just, you know, kids scratching it with their pants or whatever. You know, it gets little dings in it, so it'll be B stock. But it's like new B stock, basically. All right, here we go. Slow hertas, and we're going to start combining them, mixing them. I'm going to try doing, like, I never really do this unless I really think about it, but it's like, mix them up as grooves, right? Like, and throw in accents and stuff. So we'll try a couple different stuff right now. We'll see what happens. I'm going to think of a combination, right? Martin, what's up? Hi. An 8-string Martin like guitar? That's classy. Do they make an 8-string Martin? Maybe they do. I'm kind of close to the Martin Guitar Factory. I'm like an hour and a half, hour away-ish. Marry you too. The bass stuff, nice. That's a cool guitar. Martins are very nice. They're very nice instruments. They're made in Bethlehem, Nazareth area. All right. I'm going to put it together a herta and then a second note. So like a Let's see. That's very hard, right? Well, I got that in my head. I might have to make a song out of that. sound like anything decent, or is it just like garbage? Hair to garbage. Alright, you're like, what the heck is Dan doing? It's just like, Jane Figure, what's up? Can you play a favorite song? I'm playing it right now. It's my favorite reggae song. And I was like, wait, what? What? What song is that? SS. It's an AEA R88. Here, I'll show you. It's a stereo ribbon mic. And then if you look at above, so we're using a Stager SR1A for like a kick room. It's a ribbon mic. Where am I at here? All right, robot. So yeah, beep, that guy. It's an AEA R88 stereo ribbon. So we got 2 microphones and a lot of CGI. Isn't that cool? If you take it away, if I'm playing head it, if I separate it, you'll hear the individual notes, like if you separate a paradiddle, right? Listen to this. I've never done this. Trying to play Hertas, but diddling the eights. So like Herta, da 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 da. Woo. Technically, they all become 16th notes, right? One, ta, ta, and ta, ta, but then shifting them around. Woo. Hard. That's way, way hard. Let's try it on the hi-hat.
interesting. If you double it, if you double the accent, it's always going to be on the left. It's like some like weird punk beat. brain's like, it's changing though. It's morphing. Ugh. Stretchy stretch. I took a nap on my couch. The browser was open. Oh, nice. I read that like the Bowser was open. I'm like, you have a Bowser? That's awesome. You were dreaming you were on a gig. Oh, I hope a good gig, right? Not a bad one. Oh, man. There's so much there. Even just mixing up those two. There's so many like rhythms within the rhythms, right? It's like I'm trying to hear. What I was doing was trying to hear a dotted quarter note within a Herta phrase of mixing them up. So like that first one, headed it, headed it, headed it. Right? Right? And how you move it around. Ooh, where was it? It's so cool how you move it around. Kylie, hello. Oh. I still have that in my head though. I might have to write something later. I might have to bust out the guitar. Oh man. I think that's it for today though. I don't want to overdo it. Oh. I kind of want to keep going, but I think I'll stop and get some lunch, right? Hello. Oh, remind me of my youth, pre-20s, right? My pre-20s shows were a lot of like really bad singers at the shows I went to in my pre-20s. Sorry, bands. Sorry, but singers were really bad. Some chicken fried steak. I don't know, man. Maybe we will. We have leftovers from our turkey dinner yesterday, so I'm gonna heat up that like turkey stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy. And my mom made a bag for Toby, so Toby had some turkey last night and this morning. But I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't want to do anything today, to be honest. Today's gonna be like I'm gonna nap. The kids will be like, "Can we play Minecraft?" I'll be like, "Yes." You know. Does anyone have off work tomorrow? It's President's Day, I think. The kids have school. My wife doesn't, but the kids have off the end of the week or something. I don't know. It's weird. Unfilters, that makes sense. There you go. Oh, the metal shows where there's no triggers. I'm doing very good. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, man. Like if you go to like a underground like a metal show, like that isn't a big production. It's intense. There's like feedback all over the place. You can't hear anything. It smells awful. There's like 2 PA speakers, right, where like the singer's coming out of. That's about it. Many of those shows. But yeah, we're just gonna end it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow night we'll do a stream, and Tuesday probably not a stream Wednesday. Like I said, I have to go to the dentist, get a crown or a partial crown or whatever. So I don't know. I'll probably be like grumpy and be like, you know. But everyone be good. Why do you wear a hat? I don't know. Because I like hats. It's kind of a silly question. Why do you ask a question like that? I'm trying to think. We'll be live Monday, Tuesday, no Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, probably just Wednesday will be the day off. Yeah, Muscle. Seriously, I hope your back's okay, man. I hope it's good. I'm gonna go look at gear I shouldn't buy. I'll be honest. I love you guys. Be good. Better but not good. Can you go to a chiropractor? Have you tried a chiropractor ever? I'm not a big fan of chiropractors, but they do help. You know? Still don't see the green kit. I know. It's not in New Hampshire anymore. Some nerd bought it. Did I tell you that? Some nerd. Some idiot. I think I'm a couple of days away. Before you go to a chiropractor, or before you think you can like get a lot like relief wise, you mean? Some like when I blew my back out, insurance covered it, and I was like, it can't hurt, you know. So I went, and at first I didn't like it, you know. I don't know. I don't like people touching me and like cricking me, but it helped, I think, in the long run. Are they popular in the U.S.? Chiropractors? Yeah. I feel like they are. I don't know. But some doctors will say, like, go to a chiropractor. And some will be like, stay away from a chiropractor. I don't know. I get the concept behind it, right? Like, realigning everything. But, you know, I would go in there when I first blew my back out. And they were like, you should come in, like, 2 or 3 days a week. I'm like, okay. And every time I came in, they're like, oh, yep, you're out of alignment. I'm like, well, as soon as I leave here, I'm out of alignment, right? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, well... what the heck? What's going on? It's just, I guess, with back pain, especially with sciatica, just like kind of getting some tension off of the vertebrae was, you know, and it helps, right? Like sometimes you're just like, oh my God, you just want that relief if your discs are all like, so I get it. It makes sense, but I don't know. If I had money shooting out my ears maybe and all the time in the world, I'd be like, sure, whatever. Crick me up. But I don't know. But I hope you're feeling better sooner than a couple days, man. That just sucks. Stupid backs. Do you do hot or cold anything? Because, again, people are like, oh, put heat on it. And then some people are like, put cold on it. It's like, what do you do? I remember with backache, I just wanted to lay there and not move. That's all that felt good, you know? But be good. Everyone have an amazing day. I love you. My brain is like, I'm hearing all this stuff in my brain. I need to shower too. I didn't shower this morning, so I'm all gross Dan.